Hey, my name's Anthony Mosley. Come join me on my real estate ride along.
Hold on. Hi, I'm Cherie Smith, and I am the owner of Boss Lady Realty, and I work out of the Keller Williams Rivertown office.
So hi Shari, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
It's really awkward.
Well, we only get better when we learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable, right?
I'm so uncomfortable right now. Your seat has got me uncomfortable because I'm in the hot seat.
Well, I want to let you know this is a very
It's a one-way road,
luxurious
homeboy. What's up?
late model 2004 Toyota
I
4Runner.
was going to ask you what year this was.
Yep,
Sounds pretty good.
it's vintage. 222,000 miles on
I
it.
have 237 or 4 or 5. I was going to high five you, but you.
High five.
Okay.
All right. So, what I want to know, because you're a very interesting person to me, how long have you been in real estate?
22 months.
And see, that's the fascinating thing to me, because it seems like you've been around for, not that you've been around, but from talking and dealing with you, it seems like you've been in the business for longer.
I get around.
Yeah. Awesome. What made you want to get in real estate?
Well, of course, I love houses. Watch HGTV. No, I met Stephanie Hayner at an open house trying to sell her something that I was selling during network marketing, and we started a conversation, and she told me I should be a real estate agent, and I kind of laughed, and the universe worked its way to where I just happened to have a week off my job when they were offering a real estate class, and I took it. And then I met Mickey Ackerman, and she convinced me that I actually could do what I wanted to do.
So you just took it and did it.
Kinda. I mean, there were a couple people that helped.
How many houses did you sell in your first year in real estate? Or how many transactions were you involved in?
Well, so if you go May to May or January to January, because I started in May.
Start to finish. May to May.
May to May, I think 27,
27.
maybe 30, 27, 30.
Pretty good.
January to January, my first full year, I sold 41.
What was your strategy going in that first year?
To help people, and I had a baby.
Like, what was your marketing strategy like? This seems to be the thing is agents come in, they don't necessarily, it's, I'm going to be a real estate agent. I don't know if they have a strategy in hand. Do they have, people don't just hand you leads or hand you houses to sell.
Right.
So
Prior to taking my exam, I had already taken the class, but prior to taking my exam, had an idea of Boss Lady Realty in my head. So I kind of had visualized what that would look like and what that meant to me and what my brand was. And because I come from a marketing mindset, it was more of a build a brand. And so I was extremely active on social media, and I figured I'd build my brand through social media, which I did. And I got a lot of business that way. And then I reached out to my really warm sphere. So like the lender that I bought a house with, friends that I work with, ex-coworkers and family. And then by referrals and putting together a business plan, I was able to invest in some paid leads. I do Zillow, and did Zillow about 6 months into my first year. Started doing that too. So it's a pretty hodgepodge plan.
sounds like it's working.
It's working.
It's working. You've hit me with, we've talked.
My best shot!
We've talked before about,
I feel like my hair is just...
I'm big about whys, like why people do what they do. And you actually inspired some ideas in my head that we're working on developing for our company that will help the community out. But what is that, what your why? Can you tell me about that?
So when I went to buy a house for the first time, we were renting a house in a neighborhood that we love. We had 2 kids. Really, the plan was to purchase that home, but we couldn't come to an agreement with the sellers on the price. So had to end up seeking another house and just had a lot of trouble trying to get pre-approved and misinformation and not accurate information and people not following through. And it was really, really frustrating to me because our price point was pretty low. I mean, and nobody really gave us the time of day because of that. I mean, we were under $100,000 looking for a house, and that was really eye-opening to me to see that really, I mean, these people who I entrusted in looking for a house for us and entrusted in telling me, yes, I can pre-approve for a loan, and then finding out that you can't was really frustrating. So I finally we met a realtor at a foreclosure that we went to and rode on, Kirsten Neri. She's with Midwest Properties. She's awesome. And she was the first person who really showed me how professional, caring, and important and significant a realtor can be in your life. And so that kind of put the first seed in my head and has now developed into my why of just helping people find shelter. I mean, food, water, shelter, it's one of your 3 necessities to live. So it's a big deal, and I treat it like a big deal.
Love it. I love it.
There's solar panels on that house over there.
This neighborhood in particular is where I found myself in life. I came here to go to college, and we actually lived in a house up here.
Yeah.
This is why
I got a
I'm in
free
this neighborhood all
dryer
the time.
from a house over there.
Free dryer.
Whoop whoop. Thanks, Sam.
That house right there. That
Oh
yellow
yeah,
one.
the yellow one.
And my buddies just live in that house.
I've been in that house.
One day I'll come back and buy it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's pretty sweet.
So, you hit me with a quote earlier today that blew me away. I'm going to Facebook it later, but
Okay.
tell me a little bit about that, about truth. Was it perception? What was it?
The quote?
The quote. Was your own quote.
Right. Yeah.
I even Googled it to see if you were lying to me.
Making
Yeah.
it up? No, it's my own quote. I mean, I'm in bold right now. So bold really helps to kind of fine tune your why and your purpose and your goals. Helps to define a lot of those things that get a little bit fuzzy as you move through your business. So you're supposed to journal every day, which of course I don't, but on the plane to Family Reunion, I decided I was going to journal because, I had a 4-hour plane ride, so what better is there to do? And I just started journaling about relationships in my life and what those mean, because this year I'm really trying to focus on developing partnerships and business relationships that will last and best serve my clients and help bring a robust business and atmosphere for the people I serve. So so I was journaling about that, and I was journaling about some of the relationships that I have, and through that I've discovered that really in the absence of information, people are allowed to believe whatever truth they see fit for that moment, right? So it's a little bit about...
That's it right there. That's the one. That's the one.
But it's a little bit about reality. It's a little bit about like meeting people where they are. It's a little bit about setting expectations for yourself, for your employees if you're a boss, for your clients if you're a realtor, so that people have a construct in which to develop some standards and guidelines for what you're doing.
I love it. It's probably one of my favorite quotes
Thanks.
I've ever heard. I really did
Appreciate
Google
you.
it though.
I know you did.
I was like, dude, she ripped this off.
She can't be that smart. There's no way.
All right, so advice.
Nobody with hair like this is that smart.
Well, my goal for this is to find something that's interesting and give advice and help people grow.
Okay.
What advice do you give to someone getting in the real estate industry? Okay, first off,
Right.
what's one thing that you see that just drives you nuts that people do that is really
Counterproductive to success.
counterproductive? Let's start with that one.
Okay. I think mostly what people do is they get in their head. Like, the best advice that I have to someone who's already chosen to pursue a career in real estate is to just do a transaction.
Right.
Which sounds ridiculous, but really you get into a real estate career and you are bombarded with information. If you go to Keller Williams, there's, phenomenal training, but it's just a lot. So you almost become immobilized, and that's fear. Part of it is fear. So you just got to go out, find one person who's willing to let you represent them in a transaction and go through it. And that's how you learn. And then once you do one, it's like riding a bike. But it is, though. Once you do one transaction and you get your feet wet, then you have the courage to do more. So I guess I kind of answered both those questions.
You did good.
Yeah.
All right,
That's how I
and then
roll.
tell us one crazy thing about you that no one knows.
I'm an open book. Everybody probably
You are
knows
pretty much an
everything
open
about
book.
me.
By the way, you're
I was
going
a tour guide in Switzerland for
Shut
a
up.
bike tour. Yeah, because I went to Europe and ran out of money and had to get a job. So this guy allowed for me to work for him.
Really?
Yeah,
Am I going to have to Google this?
you can. Bravo BK. Bravo Bike. They're a company out of Madrid, but we went to Switzerland with this particular tour, and I drove a truck with bikes on the back of it. It's pretty legit.
That's awesome.
Pick people up. Look, there's Kyle Visser. He's a good guy. Kyle's a good guy, y'all.
That was my house.
Chad Steisma. I don't know if I said that right, but good job. Sold. Okay. Hi, I'm Cherie Smith. I'm the team leader at County.
All right, come on, for real.
Okay. Hold on.
You never know what you're going to see on Real Estate Ride Along. Please subscribe below for future episodes.